Awaken to hair growth. Awaken to hair growth because there is possibility to get your hair back. Awaken to hair growth because we're not told that we're able to conquer and overcome alopecia. Awaken to hair growth because I want to be a positive light and beacon for you because I've healed my alopecia and now I help others do the same with different types of alopecia, men, women, children of all ages, of all races and ethnicities. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Alopecia Angel podcast. I'm your host, Johanna Dahlman. Today, we have a fabulous interview with one of my clients who just finished the program, and she has frontal fibrosing alopecia, which is scarring alopecia, just like everyone else. She's seen numerous doctors, and it was either medications or bust. And she's like, no, I'm going to choose a better route. And she found me, she chose me, and she saw the hair growth. And so for those of you dealing with a diagnosis with scarring alopecia, know that it is possible to see hair growth. And I am so confident about this because every client that I've had with scarring alopecia has seen hair growth. It's going to look different for everybody, right? We all have different bodies, but the fact that so many symptoms disappear, so much hair growth happens. And for her in particular, it's not just the hair growth in the balding areas, but it's also the length of her hair, the thickness. It's also her nails and how she feels and losing weight and so much more. So know that everything's possible once you support the body, period. Doesn't matter the diagnosis. We just need to support the body. And guess what? It's better to do it sooner rather than later. Before we get into that interview, though, I wanted to read a testimonial from a client who's currently in the program. Her name's Lindsay, and she filled out a mid-program survey. So I have surveys at the 4-week mark and also at the 8-week mark. And at the 4 weeks, she says, I'm feeling great. I had a healthy dose of skepticism, yet I am seeing new hair sprouting around my head, as well as my follicles becoming more evident along the sides of my head. Yay. My skin is glowing and reverse aging. I have noticeable difference with my fine lines. My emotions, I feel calm. Any anxiety about alopecia is gone, as I know I'm on the path to healing and whatever roadblocks I should face from here on. I have the support of Johanna and team to help figure this out. This has lifted an enormous weight to feel held, supported, to be a part of a broader community of people who are on the same journey. This helps so much to know I'm not alone. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for your beautiful words and for your mid-program survey. I love seeing progress in people. I love checking up. I love talking to them. I love being in constant communication because that's what A, I'm all about, and B, this is a journey. Healing your hair loss is like going to a foreign country that you've never been to. What's the first thing you do when you've never been to China or Russia or Thailand or anywhere else? You grab a guidebook. And in this case, I'm your guide and I'm taking you through the steps for the hair growth, also for the healing. And then also, we're making those changes and those adjustments as needed because for you, it's going to look different for me and for anyone else. I repeat this over and over again because it's truly the way it is. It's going to look different from everybody. Just like you flying from New York to Miami is going to look different from those who travel from California to Miami. We're going to the same destination. The same destination is hair growth, but how we get there will look and feel different. Does that make sense? So I'll leave you with the beautiful words of Lindsay, and then here we go into Gina's interview. Thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you next week. If you have any questions, let us know. If you haven't already, go ahead and join the free training. I have a free training going on that you can join for. I'm going to go ahead and insert the link to that in the show notes. And if you have any other questions, feel free to email us at hello@alopeciaangel.com. We're here to help and serve you and guide you through your hair loss to hair growth. Take care. Hi, Gina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
I wanted to, acknowledge you for so many things, including the hair growth and all the progress that you've seen throughout the program. But I wanted to step back and look at where you've been, how long you were struggling with this, what this looked like before you met me, and then, throughout your progress in the program.
Okay. Well, my situation started like yours. My hairdresser noticed it, and she says, that looks like alopecia. And I said, well, my hairline's always been, high, kind of. I didn't think of that. So that was probably a couple years ago. So I went to the dermatologist. I did some research, and they said, go to your dermatologist, and because they're the ones who deal with alopecia and all that kind of stuff. So I went to my dermatologist, and I got this shots. They left dents in my head. And then they put me on medication, hydroxychloroquine, and it was giving me headaches. It was affecting my moods. And I just kept telling myself, is it has to be something that I'm putting in my body that's causing this. And I didn't want to be on medication for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I belonged to some Facebook groups, and that's one of the groups recommended Alopecia Angel. Some people have success with Alopecia Angel. So I did some research on you, and I read about you, and I read the success stories. And I just liked what you were saying. And I totally believe that it's something that I was putting in my body that's causing this, because why all of a sudden would it happen? So that's where I am.
So tell me about your progress within the program. Tell me how things developed. You started this 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
I started in October. My body just felt so good, all kinds of energy. I was sleeping well, had all kinds of energy. I wasn't hungry because I was eating really good stuff. Actually, the food part wasn't hard for me. I was surprised. And then I've noticed hair growth, little hairs coming here, just my length. My hair is growing a lot faster. My nails growing. But I do have some bald spots still right here, especially right here. Mm-hmm. But you can see the hair growth too.
Yep.
Oh, and then I think I told you this before, but you probably don't remember, but they did do a biopsy and it came back FFA, scarring.
And even with the FFA, you're still seeing hair growth?
Yeah, I am. I mean, there is some spots though that is bald, but it feels like there's little hairs growing. So health-wise, I mean, I really noticed a difference just in my body.
Anything that you would say to someone who's on the fence about joining the program?
Well, like I said, when you first look at it, it does look like a lot of money, but now thinking back on it, it's worth it. Just what I've learned, the changes I've seen in my body, how good I feel. I've seen hair growth. So it's worth it. I would just tell people it is worth it. And it does work. It isn't easy, but stick with it and it will work.
100%. There's no other way. And there's just so much more room for improvement in our lives that had we known, we could be preventing probably a third, if not more, of the diseases that we see in our friends and our families and ourselves, and even what we could be preventing as we get older. So, a lot of these things that are tagged with age, it's not age. It's just we've been on this roller coaster of bad habits and bad food where at some point your body's going to give.
Like I said, my knees don't hurt anymore. My joints don't hurt anymore. I think that was one of the first things I noticed. And I haven't even been to my dermatologist since last July. They can't do anything for me. They don't do anything for me. They just renew my prescription. And I was like, I don't want to take this stuff.
That's not the answer.
No, you don't need to take it.
No, there's other options out there. And I'm so happy that you found me. And then unfortunately, what I've been seeing lately is that random people are giving you advice on what you should be doing, not just for you, but even for your child. And I'm just like, what kind of, expertise do these random people in a group online that you've never met, you've never spoken to, and they're giving you advice? And I'm just like, this is a slippery slope. One thing is seeing misinformation on the internet. Another thing is, hearing people's accounts and anecdotally what works, what doesn't work for them in particular, because their situation will always be different than yours and mine. But I think it's a slippery slope when you have just random people telling you what to do, especially when it comes to your child. It struck me when I saw this in a forum and I was like, oh no, this is not good.
I know, like I said, it's just so depressing because you hear about, people would post, oh, I'm taking this JAK inhibitor and I'm taking this and I'm doing this. Just thank you for all your insight and your positivity and being honest about things.
This is what I'm here for. Thank you so much. And I look forward to hearing from you in the next couple weeks and months.
Okay. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Alopecia Angel podcast, a positive light in healing alopecia. You can do this and we can help. Spread the word that reversing alopecia is possible by telling your friends and family.